So I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, but my speech is going to be quite a bit shorter than the last few. So the first thing I want to do is just welcome everybody here. This is a special event. Think about the name of the event. It's Decades of Dominance to honor this great program. It's because of my longevity with the program, it is like really special for me, where I'm seeing kids that I coached today here, and then I saw the posse walk in. Isn't the posse here? Oh, yeah. All the guys I coached from my first stint here, and even cooler, some of the guys that I actually wrestled with back in the 1970s. So I actually want to do a special shout out. I got some team members here, and I want to recognize them. John Kukowski's here, and actually one of my wrestling partners, Jimmy Piscura's here, and I know Jeff Jennings. Did Jeff make it in? Jeff is here. So Jeff and Jimmy were actually my wrestling partners in high school, and I've been lucky enough to keep up with them throughout the years. You know, Jeff and I were lucky enough, our sons actually wrestled at the same college together, so we got to go to tournaments later on in life together. And Jimmy picks me up and brings me to the casino once in a while and gets me scalped. But I did beat him in fantasy football last week in our matchup. So that was good. So as I said, I'm one of the older statements. I'm from the 70s, and we had some tough kids back in the 70s. But if I was going to kind of compare the era to today, I guess we were the Cleveland Browns, and now this is the New England Patriots. So we're kind of moved on. But to say we didn't have tough kids back there would be wrong. But the thing was, we were a team. We weren't a program. That all changed in my senior year. It started to change. The architect of what you saw today came and joined our program. That's right. That was the year Coach Morris came in, took the head coach job, and believe me, he is the architect of everything that we see 37 years later. The good news is for you guys that are like high school seniors, if you're looking for, where you want to go in a career, there are no height restrictions to be an architect. So feel free to touch. Coach, I'm sorry, but you're on that 1% population that I can actually use a short joke. So I had to make use of that.
Go get him, Marty.
So like I said, that was my senior year. So I went off to college and came back on spring break, and I was asked to go down to Broadview Junior High School to work with some of the younger guys down there. So I went down there, and we had one of our lightweights down there. For our program at that time, he was unusually very, very talented. He actually went on to be Coach Morris's first Class XXL champion. And I'm sure you guys know that's Coach Shook. And Coach Shook was given the honor of taking the ball from Coach Morris and Coach Nimick and running with it and keeping the tradition of what it is today. And I think he's done an incredible job of that. Tradition is a huge part of our program. Tradition. I've actually had two stories that have happened with me recently that I wanted to share. 2 weeks ago, I was on a business call, and I was on the other side of the state, and I went in and I met with the woman, and on the woman's desk, she had a framed picture of her son in a Hand High School wrestling singlet. So I got talking to her about wrestling, and as soon as she found out that I coached at Danbury, her response to me was, "Does that mean if we meet next February, you're gonna come in as a bleached blonde?" Now, I found it funny, but I also found it ironic how I was on the other end of the state speaking with a mother, and that mother, that she knew our tradition of dyeing our hair blonde every year. I thought it was really, really cool. The second thing that happened to me actually just happened this past week. My good friend Chris Peel, Chris, where are you, Chris? I think you're here today. Okay, so Chris is over there. Him and I were texting with each other, and he wished me good luck tonight. He said, "Hey, I know you're making a speech up there at the Hall of Fame Day, but I just want to wish you good luck." And I said to him, "Are you going, Chris?" His response was this: "Wouldn't miss it. I owe Danbury High School Wrestling a lot of gratitude. I thought it was not only classy of Chris, but it just shows the tradition that we have, how it has spread to our neighboring towns and throughout the state. I believe the most impressive thing that our program has done is we have the test of time. We've actually now exceeded it. You know, we've won that test of time and we've brought it to a new level. Kevin Jack is now wrestling at Division I NC State. And I think we all saw how cool it was 2 years ago when we were all on our phones or our computers and following him as he made that run in the NCAA tournament to become an All-American. Congratulations. And just this past weekend, one of our current wrestlers, Jacob Camacho. Jacob, I gotta tell you, I was glued to Flair Wrestling. You can ask my wife, she couldn't get me out of the house because Jacob made a round to a 4th place finish at the prestigious Super 32 tournament down in North Carolina. And I believe it's the highest finish of any Connecticut wrestler ever. Congratulations to him. I think I'm exceeding my 2 minutes, aren't I? Maybe our most important part of our program, though, doesn't actually happen on a wrestling mat. I witnessed it here tonight. It's the life skills and the friendships that we see. I was watching some of the former guys that I coached in my first stint here, and watching them talk and interact with each other, and how impressive. Most of those conversations had nothing to do with wrestling, but they were talking about life. And then when I got to catch up with some of them, I was so impressed of those personal skills that they used, that they learned in wrestling, the dedication, the discipline, and the hard work that are making them successes now in the real world out there. Lastly, what I just want to, well, I shouldn't say lastly, before I get to lastly, I have to, on a personal note, I just have to say, for anybody who knows who you do your coaching, it's zillions of hours. One, thank you. My wife, Cindy, thank you. I've left her for years now to not coach. But the last thing I want to say is I want to thank everybody in this room, because you know, you're going to have 5 of us come up here to speak tonight, but without the support of the families, of the best athletic director in the state of Connecticut, of the parents, without that, none of this happens. I'm very, very proud to say I'm part of this program, the best program of any sport in the state of Connecticut. Thank you.